Hey guys, so today I'm doing an introduction to a new series that I'm about to start. It's called Kokology. It's based on the book Kokology. It's the game of self-discovery. I'll leave the title and the author's names below because I cannot pronounce them. Basically, Kokology is a series of psychological games designed to uncover emotional and behavioral traits of the player, or a popular term for the interpretation of the hidden messages of human behavior and situational response. So this book that I have, which I don't have the sleeve anymore, but you get the idea, is a book of a whole bunch of different cute little games. Like, it seems like a normal scenario, but like your answers really show more about yourself than anything else. And I've read a couple of these myself and done some with my husband, and I think that they're absolutely hilarious. Sometimes they're a little too insightful for my taste. I don't really want to know that I'm kind of a brat sometimes in certain situations, but they're always pretty funny, or at least enlightening. And so I thought it'd be really cool for us to do together. So I'm gonna go over a few simple, just like tips that are in the book for whenever you're playing Kokology games, and in the next video we will do our first one together. The first one is say the first thing that pops into your head. You're gonna get a more honest response when you do that, obviously. Also play with other people if you can, just because it's more fun, you have a chance to laugh. So if you want to leave your responses below at the end of every game, please do so, or how close it was to who you are, things like that. Obviously you'll see my reaction. The words, they get away from me sometimes. 3, don't try to predict the answers. Obviously it's our tendency to try to like beat the game, but that's not really the point. You're not going to get anything out of learning about yourself if you're trying to get the right answer. 4, be honest with yourself. It's kind of self-explanatory. 5, be prepared. Some of them will have paper that you need. I will let you know beforehand if you need paper. 6, don't read ahead, which you can't do unless you go look this book up, but I will not do that either. I'll do the ones that I haven't done so that we can do them first together. 7, watch people's reactions, which you'll get to see mine, so that's where that comes from. And then 8, keep an open mind. I'm gonna read the whole paragraph for this. In Kokology, as in life, it's important to keep things in perspective. There are no correct answers and more than one way of reading any situation. If you're playing with friends, take the opportunity to learn from and about them. What fun would the world be if we were all alike? Variety is the spice of life, which I totally agree with. Another thing, just from the couple that I have done, is sometimes my answer is like very specific to maybe a situation or just like a pattern that I've formed in my head, and so it doesn't really reflect my personality whenever I read what that answer means. It just depends. There's gonna be ones like, say you know someone whose favorite color is blue, and at some point you end up saying blue in an answer to a response for whatever reason because you know that person loves blue, and then that ends up, you know, being really specifically meaningful in a way that doesn't really relate to you. That's because you have an association with that color that isn't related to the psychology behind it. So that's gonna happen sometimes too. Obviously these are just, you know, psychology is not a perfect science, so it's not always gonna be right for you, but sometimes it can be really, really eerily correct. So I think that's gonna be a whole lot of fun, and I will see y'all next week for our first game.